Hello, everyone. Hello, you guys that may have already been watching. I had to restart because apparently my mic was turned off once again. So sorry about that, guys, but here we go. First off, hello, this is Metal, and welcome to Day Trade Options. I hope that you guys had a fantastic day. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully, I can provide you guys with a little bit of education and also just help you to become better traders with these videos that I'm putting out. Of course, I still, I grow every day. I try to get better every day. And I think we can all learn from our successes and from our mistakes. So I'm going to try to get into explaining to you how, for me, trading has become very simple, stress-free, and mainly it's because I manage my risks. I know, I don't over leverage my trades to where I'm just freaking out if it goes against me. Also, I already know my stops before I even get into trade. I know where I'm going to stop out. I know what levels I want to targets that I'm trying to achieve. All of that's extremely important before you ever take a trade, guys. So I suggest that that's one thing that you get figured out before you really get into losing money. Honestly, you could win some, but you're going to lose a lot if you are trading with FOMO. FOMO is a big thing, and it's a real thing, and it's hard. And I still deal with it on a daily basis sometimes. Sometimes I just want to hop into trades and I see something happening, and I know that it's not a smart thing to do, but I do. So it's actually really good to have a community because sometimes having a community of people trading, it helps to hold you back on making some of those bad decisions sometimes. Um, so first off, I want to show you what my trading strategy is. I trade the Anchored LRC. It's a kind of a unique strategy that I found by accident, and it has been absolutely amazing for me. I think many others have learned to use it as I have, and the members in my group, I believe they're doing extremely well for the most part. It's actually a quite simple strategy. However, you do need to have a lot of other information and knowledge. You need to understand price action. If you don't really know how to read price action, I suggest that you take some courses, or I wouldn't say pay for courses, but go and look up YouTube videos, how to read price action, how to read candlesticks, all of that. It's very important to understand what you're looking at and what could possibly happen based off of price action. And then also, I suggest that you learn how to draw your support and resistance levels. I draw them in every single day for the group. These levels I've already put in. I have a channel that every single day the support and resistance levels are updated so that we have absolute targets in areas that we know that we're looking to either target or trade away from or look for a break and retest. And in conjunction with trading the Anchored LRC, but I also have one other thing I use, and it's called I call it the long LRC. If you guys aren't familiar with that, it's just the linear regression channels. However, I go back and I anchor them sometimes a year out, sometimes 2 years out, and sometimes only a couple weeks out. It depends on the trend, depends on what's going on in that stock. I do have a video that's called the long LRC, how I use the long LRC. It shows you how to set it up. If you haven't seen it, I'll try to put a link to it in the description down below so that you guys can access that there. Um, so let me get right into it. I want to kind of do a quick overview of how I trade. This is my workspace. I always have the NASDAQ, ES, Apple, and Qs up on my charts, on my main trading chart, so that I can see what's happening immediately, just like right here. Look at this. I can see ES coming down to the 57.35 level that I have marked, and it's starting to reject. So during the day, I'll see that same thing happening. I see NASDAQ coming down to the 20,050 level, which is a yellow LRC. Look what it's doing on the yellow LRC. This happens every day for us. It's very clear. It's easy to understand. When I go to get in trades, I found the quickest, easiest way to trade. I use the active trader. I create a watch list that I label calls, watch list that I label puts. I put in the implied volatility, strike price, the delta, and the mark. I have PL for the day and PL for the open, and then PL percentage so that I can kind of see where I'm at in my percentage of winning when I'm in a trade or losing for that matter. Um, so, for instance, let's just say I'm going to trade SPY. I see a setup happening with SPY. I go to the trade tab. SPY comes up. I go to my I typically almost always buy at the money, and then I will get calls. I'll right click, copy, and click over here, paste, and put them in. Right click, copy, paste them in. Now I have them loaded. So then all I have to do is come back to the chart. This is a red that matches the red on this chart, red on this. This is a yellow, and these I have unmarked because I don't want them changing. And then say for instance I see something setting up and it looks like it's going to be a call. I just click on this, it loads it here. Then all I have to do is change the quantity that I want to get into and hit either market, buy bid, buy ask, buy market, buy bid, buy ask, and then I can sell market, sell bid, sell ask. And that's just the way I have it set up. If you're interested in this workspace, I have it available on my Discord. The link will be in the description down below. You can also get it on the Use ThinkScript forum. Great forum if you're not familiar with it. A lot of excellent people over there that they really do put a lot of effort into helping one another in that community. They help make and create just awesome indicators and such if you're interested in that. Matter of fact, the Anchored LRC was created over there by a gentleman by the name of he goes by Sleepy Z. Shout out to you, thank you, Sleepy. He actually helped to anchor this where I wanted it, based off of my accidental finding. So I'm going to go to the other chart and I will show you how I use the Anchored LRC during the day trading. So my first trade today, I did around 18, it was 1800 plus, but I just round it down to 1800. I had an $1,800 day. Could have been a good bit more. I did make a couple crazy trades, so it is what it is. I ended up trading an SPX at the end, trying to see if I can catch a move that was going to break down right here. And it was a cheap trade for like $140 was my max loss. And I ended up losing like 135 because I let it just go and it didn't, it just, deterioration destroyed it, but that was okay. I was already up, I think I was just a little over around 2000. So I ended the day on 1800 and something. So anyway, so let me show you how we trade this every single day in the group. Now I live trade every day, so I call out what I see. Other guys in the group, they call out what they see. It's incredible, man. Today I was able to take advantage of a couple call outs. Coin was called out by one of our members, and it was a good trade. Um, and there's a couple others in the setups. What's amazing, oh, let me go to this real quick. I want to show you, this is one of the most important things. I don't think I can trade without them anymore. They're my grids. So I have two sets of grids. This is my main set, and then I have another set. So I trade with 4 monitors. I have 2 up top. That's what my grids are on. This is exactly what it looks like every single day for me. And I have 2 monitors that look just like this. And so during the day, when the market opens, I can see what stocks are close to support and resistance level, which stocks are coming up to the LRCs and rejecting, all of that. And then most importantly, this is something I want to get across to everyone, guys. What's going to help you to be successful is don't just hop into a trade and hope that that one trade is, everything's going to work out. Focus on all the other stocks, right? So if you're in Inspire SPX, or if you're in like Qs, for instance, you're going to want to watch Microsoft. You're going to want to watch all the NASDAQ affiliated stocks, right? And they also, like Apple, it moves SPY, Microsoft, Google, they all move SPY and ES together. So like if you're in SPX trades and you see Amazon and Google and Microsoft and say Nvidia all coming down and reaching near a support or resistance level, right? Or you were watching price action and each one of them are weakening and starting to turn. Well, that's giving you a signal. It's time to either scale out or take all profit and wait for the next move, or you can scale out, see if you get a retest of the 20 EMA, and I'll show you how that works in a minute. And then you can hop back in and add to the trade as it gets going again. But it's always smart to, in my opinion, to take profit early if you can. That way you don't have that loss on the day. And I'll show you how I manage that. And I think that's kind of important to understand. And I'm not saying that my trading strategy is the only trading or the way to do it. You guys use whatever works best for you. Use indicators that work best for you. I don't really trust indicators. The only way I trust an indicator is if it gives you a buy signal, but that buy signal is also accompanied by it coming off of a level, or it just rejecting is breaking a level. And because too many times you'll get buy signals like right here, and you're trading right into a major resistance and you get smacked and you take that loss and you're like, man, why didn't that work? And then you'll get into like this one right here. It'll tell you to buy right here, right at the 2200, and bam, you get smacked. So just be careful with all the indicators. I've tried thousands of them, literally thousands of them, and I finally came to the conclusion that after years of trading thousands of indicators, that you have to figure it out yourself. Support and resistance, right? Support and resistance levels. The Anchored LRC for me, right? A couple indicators to help you stay in the trade, like the 200 EMA, the 20 EMA, and price action. That's it. It's pretty simple after that, guys. And once you figure it out, it'll be like an epiphany. You'll be like, man, this is awesome. So I hope that you get to that level. That's where I feel like I'm at. I still am growing every day. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like some guru or anything. However, I've been very, very, very successful in the last several months. So I'm hoping that you guys can gain the same success through either using part of what I show, or maybe just the way that I'm trading may help you. So let me show you how I traded this today, what I looked for, and how I actually traded. So first thing I saw today, okay, first and foremost, we have the Anchored LRC. I don't want to forget to tell you guys this. So I have an Anchored LRC. I just created a new one. It's called the version 5, and it has a multiplier in it. So all you have to do whenever you run out of space, because some days the Anchored LRC, because there's like no movement in pre-market, it's based off pre-market, you have all the lines really stacked up. That's not a negative thing. We have found that like if price goes past the yellow, excuse me, right at open, you usually get really, really good strong moves. However, there have been many times when we go so far past our LRCs that we don't have any more targets other than our support resistance levels. Well, I fixed that and it's been working like a champ. And here's how I do it. You go into the Anchored LRC. It has the width multiplier right here. First thing I do is I start off with 2. Bam. It's times 2 for every one of my indicators. And look how good and amazing that aligns. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then sometimes, some stocks I have to go 3 times. And that, you have a pretty good day because that means it's moving if you're at 3 times. So let me get into the day. I just wanted to go over that quickly. I did make a video. My last video has the version 5 and how to set it up and how to use it. If you're interested in that, you can go check that out. Also, by the way, all of my charts and workspace indicators, everything I'm using, you can get them for free on my Discord, or you can get them on the Use Think Script forum. I will have the link in description in my Discord down below if you are interested. So I'm going to go over the trades I took today, explain to you how I took them, why I took them. So first and foremost, I got into an SPX trade right out of the gate. It just looked really good. I had price get below my level, push down, came up. I saw it coming back up, and then I saw this wick down right here. Here's the most important price. This is what I'm talking about, price action. We had a candle move all the way up here and push straight back down right there. I entered on this candle. And the way I enter is I always enter on the move below the close of the last candle, whether it's upside or downside. So I entered SPX calls here. I traded down to the red LRC. I think I scaled one off here. And the main reason I did that is because I wasn't sure if this was, I was concerned that this was going to bounce up off of this. Why? Because not only is this the red LRC, or that's actually the yellow LRC on a level when it's one times, and the yellow is very significant, guys. But you see this dotted line right here? That's what I call a long LRC. This comes from a long ways back, and its levels matter. You can see it actually came up off of it there. The levels of my long LRC are the real deal. Man, they save me so many times. It gives me absolute times to get out and market reversals, and then you get right back in on puts or vice versa. So I traded down. I scaled out. I didn't scale out at the red. I'm sorry. This thing went so fast down. I took profit here. Then I got in this. Normally I would get out on the 570, but this is where watching your grids and everything comes into play with a trader. I noticed that a lot of stocks were all like dumping. They've already went through their levels. So I was like, man, and Qs and NASDAQ, and I'm like, okay. So I held this all the way down to the yellow, and I exited right at the push through the yellow. So I got out of my trade. That was a $900+ trade on SPX. Just that trade alone. I then got this reversal right here. Price moved up, went back up to 570. I hopped in this one light. I think I only got one, I believe, one trade here. Oh no, I got two because I scaled out here, and then I think I exited here. I just went ahead and exited on this push. So I put away another, I think it was like $360 on that trade. So I had already met my quota for the day. 1K is my quota for the day. I told the guys, I'm like, I'm done. I've met my quota. But of course I wasn't done. I'll show you the next trade I got into. And this is just like what we do in our Discord. We collaborate, we talk, we explain what we see. So I put this up today. Here, actually, I'll show you when I put this up and what the time was. Let me pull it up on my Discord. I put it in our general chat today. Okay, here it is. I'm just going to open this in browser. This is what I put in the Discord today. And I guess it was right around maybe 11:15ish. We'll go back and look and see what candle this is. But I told the guys, I was like, hey, you see this consolidation? This is amazing. Watch what's happening on the red LRC. I was like, if we get a push above this, and maybe wait, if you want to be really careful, wait for a clear of high a day. But for me, I'm going to wait for a push above this structure here and take this and trade up to the 573. If it breaks below, even better, because that's breaking a major level and the consolidation. And guess what happened? I entered right here, SPX puts, and this is what I got. I scaled out here. I traded to the 570. I exited. I was like, yep, nope, I'm not even, I was up another 900 or I think another, I can't remember what it was, 900 or $1,000, whatever. I think I was in the 900. So between those three trades, I was already up over I think over $2,000. But I did get into a couple losing trades, and I'll go over those in a minute. However, I could have held this the whole way. And also the way I typically trade the this system is I use the 20 EMA and the 200. And once you break down below, this kind of gives you an idea. But look what it was doing, up and down, up and down. That's why I wanted to see a break of this structure right here. Big time level that you can just see it mattered, right? Pushed down, got above, wicked off of it, wicked off of it. Once it failed it right here, I was in. And it was beautiful, easy trade. I should have went in heavy. I didn't. Um, I could have profited probably $4 or $5,000 on this trade. Look at that drop, guys. Very, very beautiful, easy. No, at no time was there a reason to get out of this until I'll show you the way I typically trade. There's two ways: aggressive and conservative. My conservative is what I've been doing the most lately. Is I wait for two greens. I exit on the two greens. Reason I do that is I want to lock in profit. Two consecutive greens. I want to make that clear. Two consecutive green candles. And the second candle has to be moving above the close of the first candle. If I get two consecutive green candles, say this is a green candle like this, and then this is a green candle right here, I stay in the trade because I'm already willing to risk that much of the trade anyway. What I find is a lot of times when you have a green candle and then the other green can't get above the other green, you'll get a continuation to the downside. So that's why I hold that. But in this case, I would have exited on this candle. And then what I look for is I look for price to come back to the 20 and reject. And this is what I look for, this exact setup. It comes back to the 20, you get a red, and then another red. I enter here. Usually I'll add and trade down to my LRC levels. And in this case, I didn't get back in because I got out up here. I didn't even take this all the way down. But this could have been like I could have doubled my profit on this. But in those two trades, I was already up over $2,000. And you could have got right back in this again. Right here, you got a big range between the 20 and the 200. So this is a very viable entry right here off the yellow LRC. Trade up to the 570. It looks like the 570 did have some resistance, but not a ton today, really. I mean, it just kind of blasted through it. This was the most resistance it had today. But it did have some here and then pushed on up. But anyway, you could have easily scalped $200, $300, $400 right here using the LRC system. You get above the 20, you take the next trade right here above this, you scale out or get out of the 570. So very easy trading system. It works every day, all day long. You can trade it all the way up until the end of the day if you want to. Works like a champ. So let me look. Let me go to coin. I'm trying to remember the trades I had losses on. I'll have to pull it up on my other chart. Let me see. Let's see, coin. Coin was an okay trade. I think when I got into coin is I wanted it to get below this 178.85. Yeah, I didn't profit a whole lot off of this one. I think it was right here. Yeah, it was on this move. I didn't get in here, and I don't know if that's because I was already in another trade. I'm not sure what it was. I think this is where we got in our trade because it was a decent profit on it. I didn't get in heavy. So once I've already met my quota for the day, guys, I kind of I get in light because I'm not willing to give back a whole lot of money anymore. I used to get like overconfident, and I would go in heavy, and next thing I know, I would catch, a bad trade, and so and I'd give back too much. So now once I get up to a area that I've made the profit margin that I want to make, or I'm well above it, then I will just I'll take light trades and I'll just add 100, 200, $300 each time I trade, and it just keeps building the account. And so that's what I suggest you do. So anyway, I believe we got in right here on this candle. We got the push down below the 178.85, below the 20 EMA, and then the next candles where I took my puts and I rode these puts all the way to the yellow LRC. I remember that I got out like almost perfect on this trade. So that was an exceptional trade. This was even better. This gives us a great example for you guys to look at. Um, the example here is the how to use the 20 EMA. So this is how good the 20 EMA is on a 2-minute chart. It's absolutely phenomenal. Look at this, man. We have the 200. I do like when the 200 and the 20 get tight together. It's a very tight range, very nice. You see this push up, you get consolidation. We love consolidation, guys. Learn to love it. Watch it, wait for it, draw a box around it. You don't even have to have any other type of trading strategy. Just watch for consolidation, draw a box around it, take your trade on the break out of that. If it comes back into it and closes into it, exit your trade and wait for another move. That's it. Simple. Be okay taking the loss. That's important. You have to be, as a trader, you have to be willing to risk to lose what you're risking, right? You have to. If you're not, then you're over leveraged. So let's just say you got in this right here, perfect entry, boom, goes up, goes up, goes up. You exit on the 2 consecutive reds, right? That's my rule. 2 consecutive reds, you exit, you lock away all this profit. And then you wait for it to pull back. It gets to the 20, you get a green. Next entry, there, bam, you enter on a green above a green, take it up. You do this every single day. Take profit at the 186 level, and you're done. I mean, look at that. It's just absolutely easy, incredible. Setups like this happen all day, every day. It's absolutely amazing. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. I had a loss on Dell today. So Dell got me right here, and I held it a little longer than I should have. Once Dell got above 135, and this is where bias will get you guys. It got me, and it's just one of those things that I know better, but I still, it's the human nature of things, right? So I heard the news about how Dell's going to be getting the 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 fallout, I guess, for um, their services, the services that SMCI were losing because of the bad press they had the other day, and they had some bad news and they just tanked, right? And because of that, from what we heard and what we read in the news, the consensus is that Dell was going to get, a lot of it was going to have pretty much an upside day to day because of the news that they're going to be getting. Excuse me, guys. They're going to be getting the actual um, fallout from that, which was, good news for Dell that they were going to start getting more of the sales. Well, as soon as it broke and held over 135, I entered the trade right here. I was in profit right here, but not much. It came down and pushed up. I actually added right there off of that push up, and then I ended up taking a loss. I waited for this pull up, and I should have just got out here. I ended up taking a loss all the way down to here, so I ended up losing like $344 or something on this move. Honestly, I should have got out right here. The second red, I should have just got out, and I would have saved myself probably about 150 or whatever dollars. But I still had a loss, and the mistake that I made, guys, is this. And every time I take a loss, it's because I'm not trading my strategy, and I guess it's more about FOMO. And this one was more about FOMO and my bias, right? So I got in here. That was a horrible decision. Why? Whenever you break a major level, in my opinion, you need to have a move up, a pullback, and a retest. That's your confirmation that it's real. And I know this. I've known it for a long time. I help teach people. I try to help people to understand how important it is. And dang it, if I don't make the same stupid mistake that I've made in the past, because what you want is you want a break, a retest, and then a move beyond. You don't want this was not enough of a retest. That does not satisfy a retest. You want to see a move down, some candles, and then a candle above candle, right? Moving up. And so what happens is these are traps sometimes. And since everybody pretty much the algos, the market makers, they know this 135 is a level, right? So they'll blast this thing up, get all the buyers all horned up, and they'll get all in, and then they sell it right out from under them. And that's what happened to me. And I fell for it. It was stupid. This is a retest. This is a retest. You break down, you come back, you pull in, you could enter here. This is another retest. Boom, you get below your 20, you enter there. Bam, easy trade down to the LRC. Exit on the greens, pull back, get your red, your second red, enter again, down, exit on 2 greens, rinse and repeat, enter here. Because you've exited here, you're waiting for a pullback and a push down with 2 reds, second red, you enter, you exit on second green. This one may have been a break even, but regardless, that's how you trade it. And it's easy, guys. It's not hard. You just have to trust it. And that's part of my slogan, right? Trust the levels. Trust it. Trust the price action. Trust your plan. But have a good plan. My plan is if I get into a trade and I break below, I usually wait for 2 red closes below the 20 EMA. If the EMA is running close in a steep line or with price action, if it's running close to it, I won't wait. I won't get out on the 2 greens or the 2 reds. I'll just let the price action bring me back to the 20 EMA, and I'll stay in the trade, and I'll still add, but I won't exit. The reason I exit is when you've got, like, see how this 20 started flaring out when this started coming down? That's a lot of, if you consider, if you're waiting for your price to get back to the 20 EMA, you're going to lose and give back way too much money. Or I should say I am. I don't want to do that. I want to take my money, get my profit, and then wait for a retest, and I'll get back in. No big deal. So that was one of my losses today. I did have the SPX loss where I just kind of got in one and was going to see if I could get a really big move down at the end of the day. I thought we may have a final drop on the market, and it didn't. That 570 level held us up, so on SPY. And the 5630, 5635, those are huge levels. I'll show you how those worked out today. I would be tomorrow, same thing, guys. We're looking for, this was what I caught with the SPX trade. That was beautiful. I got this one, I got that one, and I got that. I could have got that one, but I didn't. That's, I think, when I was in the other trade losing money, or I can't remember, but anyway. So this was interesting today. When this got below these levels, man, I was looking for the market to dump, because we have a long way to go down here, guys, to the next level. That's all I've got. That's the next support resistance is 5675 and 5670. There may be a little pullback area in here. Of course, you get going down, you may have a retracement, fibs retracement. You can always look for those while you're trading. I do. I always draw them. Oops. Every day I'll draw the fibs, and then I'll see if the price is going to come back up over, then I know that making there's a few rules, and I guess you guys may know this. If not, you can go look at people. They have some pretty good rule sets, and they have statistics to back it. So the statistics are, if you pull back to 38.2% and you reject, your chances of creating a new low or a new high, depending on the direction. Right now we're going down, so we'll say new low. Your chances of creating that is like really high, like an 80 something, 82% chance of getting a new low on the day. If you reject, come back up and reject the 38.2. The 50%, if you reject that, your chances, I think they go down to like 70 something. But if you get up to the 61.8 or above and then you come back, your chances of getting a new low a day is like down to 20% or something. It's very, very low. I'll have to look it up. I hope I'm not overstating it, but so look it up. There's probably some really good videos and stuff where people have the statistics. I'm not really good at retaining that stuff, so I just know that it's a thing, and I trade um, with that knowledge. Of course, I don't know the percentages, but I know that once you get to the 61.8, you can get moves back down, but most of the time you're not going to get a new low a day. But if you stop here at the 38.2, more times than not, you're going to get a new low a day. So something to key in on, pay attention to. Is it automatic? No, no. Just keep that in mind. And if you need to, whatever, go look it up and maybe put it in the comments below what the true statistics are, and you can tell me how far off I was. Um, but I did make a couple other trades today. They were somewhat insignificant. I know that we had a couple people had some really good trades. It was just an excellent day. There was hooting and hollering in our in our servers. It's awesome. I absolutely love it. I love it when the guys are doing well and they get into a trade. It's just awesome to see, and it's awesome to hear. Um, the woohoos, and all the shenanigans that goes on is pretty cool. But overall, I think we're a very professional group. We do have, just everyday average, conversations, but we also are serious about trading. And, if that's something you're interested in, come and join us. You can come in to the free section if you like. We have a number of guys that have been hanging in there, and I'll hop down. I think I'm going to start doing live trades for the non-members. I don't know if I'll do it every week. It's not really fair to the members that pay for it, but I am going to do it occasionally, and I may do it on Wednesday. We'll see, how that goes. But on Wednesday, I think I'll do live trading for non-members. So if you guys are interested, make sure you show up on Wednesday. I should be doing that in the server. Maybe I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I'll do my best. Sometimes things come up and things happen. But Tesla, a couple of my members I think caught this today, caught the downside, waited for the move over the 245, caught the upside. It's just absolutely perfection and ease, and it's so easy. Look at this. Price comes up, you get price action, pushes down strong through the 20, the 200, the 245 level. This is my levels. This is what I have on my charts. I haven't changed them up. And enter here. Or if you feel like you want to be froggy and want to get on a breakout move, you enter here. But if it goes back up above your 20 EMA or say this support level, get out. Take your loss, get out, because man, as well as I do, Tesla can just shoo and take your money. And not just Tesla, any stock. So if you do breakout moves, I just urge you to be really, really quick on the trigger. It may not be the best advice, but I think it's good advice. I think it's good advice because for me, I've learned that when I've tried to hold them I trade a breakout move. When I trade a breakout move, my idea is it's a breakout. It needs to move. It needs to go. And when it doesn't, I remember, and I would hold it and hope that I get my move and end up, being down 600, 700, 800, 1300, 1500, $2,000. Sometimes you get these big giant candles. So don't let that happen to you. Don't do it. Take your loss and move on. Losses suck. We all know that, but take your loss and move on. And I promise you, you'll be a successful trader in the end. Take your loss here. You'll make it up. You get the move down. Boom, boom, boom. Great. Scale out at the LRC. And then what can you do? You could trade right back up off this yellow LRC up to the 20. You get a rejection there. No reason to get out. You haven't had two reds. Bam. Exit. Come back. You exit here. Guess what? You get a push up. You get a green, another green. You enter on this candle right here. Go up, two reds, exit. Wait for your pullback. You could use this as a pullback. This would be an entry. You hold, no reason to get out. you exit. Either you could use this as a second red because of the rejection of the yellow LRC. That's what I would do. That's where I would exit. Super easy, guys. Just rinse and repeat, trade after trade, day after day. It's absolutely simplistic. It really, really is. And if you guys have questions, if you're not a part of the Discord or not a part of our group, you're welcome to come in into the free section. Ask questions. I do free training. I help everybody that I can. Um, Matter of fact, I got to put together a video for a member that wants me to show him. He's not a he's a member, but he's not a paid member of my Discord. I'm going to be putting together a how I draw my support and resistance levels. He just wanted to know how I do it, so I'm going to put together a video of that in short order. I'll try to get it out in the next couple of days. Um, Also, if you guys get any friend request, DMs, anything like that, let me tell you, please pay attention to this. I should have started my stream out with this because I've been inundated by scammers, and I apologize to my members and my non-members and anybody that, joins the Discord. Guys, I will never sell you anything. I will never try to do private training with you unless you ask for it first, and then we're literally together in the Discord. I will never ask you to buy or sell, or I will never sell you or ask you to buy crypto. I will never, none of that junk, guys. Don't be gullible, don't be dumb, don't be stupid. These scammers are extremely good at what they do. They copy my information, my logos, and they try to get you um, to give them money or to, you know, put money into an account for them to trade. I am not going to trade for you. That's not my goal here. My goal here is for you to learn to trade for yourself. So I will never ask you for your money or to put money into a brokerage account so that you can then so I can trade it for you and make you money. Not ever going to happen. If you can't do it yourself, you shouldn't be trading. Period. So if you want to learn and get good at it, I suggest you learn, get good at it prior to you spending your money, but don't do any of the scam classes, the people that are going to show you this or that. I will help you and go over trades with you for free if you want. So remember that. I will not DM you. I will not friend request you. I will not accept a friend request from you because I have scammers sending me friend requests. I will not do that ever. So just please remember, when you get that stuff, please report them, block them, and report them. You can shoot me a DM if you're getting them and say, hey, or it's best to not even do DMs. It's better if you just come into the Discord and put it in either if you're a non-member in the non-members chat channel, say, hey, you got a scammer, let me know. I'll do what I can to get them banned. Well, I can ban them from my Discord, but I try to report every single one of them to Discord. Um, of course, they just probably make a new account and do it over and over. These people are sad, sick people. They really are. They try to take advantage and scam people. Um, that's not something I would ever do, and do not ever accept anything that is a friend request or whatever, because it's not that I don't like you guys. I will never friend request you, ever. I will never accept one from you, ever. So if you've sent one and I accepted one, it's not me. So be careful. Um, with that said, guys, I really hope this was educational. I hope it helps you to understand. Oh, and let me just get into the psychology of it, because that's part of what I was trying to explain with my title, right? Learn how to trade stress-free. The way you do that is, one, you have to have a strategy that you are confident in. The way you become confident in a strategy, do not listen to everybody that says to paper trade. That's a bunch of baloney. Do not paper trade. I will tell you, don't paper trade. Paper trading is a farce. It's a scam. I can literally make 10 grand every day within an hour paper trading. It's a ridiculous scam. It's not the same as trading live, okay? So don't do it. It's a bad idea. What you can do though, and this is what I tell all of everybody that I speak to and try to help, is you get your buy bid, your buy ask, your sell bid, and sell ask. Those are the four that you need, right? If you're trying to trade and see if you're going, and you're practicing and you're wanting to see how consistent you are, if you're getting in at the right times, if you're seeing what you're supposed to see at the right time, right? Um, then what I suggest you do is you journal it. You take a notepad, right? You take a notepad, and this is so messy. It's crazy. Um, you take a notepad and you put in, or you write down the amount of money at where you would be able to get into a trade. And how you figure that out is, let's say you see, and this is how I did it for a while, because I found out that paper and on demand is nothing but a bunch of garbage. It's not worth it. It'll cause you to have a false sense of what trading really is, okay? So my idea is, and what I would do is I would say, okay, if I saw this right here and I was going to enter there, I would look over here and put at what buy the bid. Buy the bid's going to give me my worst, oh, I'm sorry, buy the ask is going to give me my worst case scenario of getting in. That's how you want to do it. Go based off the worst case. Or let's just say the worst case is going to be, we'll just give out some hypotheticals. Let's say the worst case is $1 and I get in and and I know, so I write that down $1 and I'm going to buy, you know, 10 at $1, whatever it is that you're able to, able to buy. And then you just watch the stock and you just watch and watch and watch. And you're like, okay, this is where I would get out at the yellow LRC. So as it's approaching the LRC, then all you do is come up to sell the bid. That's going to give you your worst case scenario for getting out of a trade. Look at the sell the bid, whatever number that is, you write it down. Move on to your next trade. Wait for another trade to set up. If you're waiting for a trade to set up and you have the time, do the math, right? You can see, say you got in at $1 and then it moved up to, let's say, $2.80 or $1.80. And that's where you got out when it came down. Well, you made an 80 cent on your contract. So 80 bucks, right? Very simple. That's how I suggest you trade or how you train. Do not use paper trading. It's really, they should probably get in trouble for it because it's almost like they're trying to tell you that that's the way trading really is. It's not. Every one of us can literally make thousands and thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of dollars every day paper trading with no issue. It's so simple to do. I've tried it many, many, many times. And every time it's like, okay, man, this is a great strategy. Then I go try to trade that strategy live. Not so much. And so be very careful with that. That is that's a bad idea. I don't like the people that tell people to paper trade for a month. No, because if you paper trade for a month, you're getting a month of false information. It is not the same as trading live. Trade it the way I just suggested. You'll have your worst case scenario. That's what you want to know. Because that's what you're going to most likely get most of the time. Worst case scenario, entry, worst case scenario, exit. And sometimes it's going to be worse than what your sell the bid is, because if you're market ordering, sometimes that depends on how price is moving at that moment. You may get even worse than that. So at least try to use the worst case scenario that you're able to write down and say, okay, that's my entry, that's my exit. This is what I would have made. Take your time and do that every single day. Do however many trades you can trade. Calculate the amount of money that you're able to spend each time and make sure that you don't overspend your buying power so that you know what you're capable of doing, and just journal it. And you could probably spend, I bet if you just spent one solid week or two weeks doing that, you don't have to spend months. That's ridiculous. You'll know after a week or 2 weeks whether or not you have a consistent, good trading strategy and set of rules. If you're not profiting every single day, not everybody does that, but you should be profiting. I think a great trading strategy and rule set is you should at least have 4 of your 5 days green. For me, I've been having 5 of 5 for a very, very, very long time. And it's just because of this strategy and mainly because of my rules. Um, so anyhow, guys, I knew this was a very long-winded long-winded video. Hopefully this really helps you out. My goal is to help everybody, try to get people to be successful, and I think the more I do these, it actually helps me, right? It makes me look inward and at myself and how I'm trading. Um, and sometimes just helps the repetition of me even telling you helps me to remember it during the day when I'm trading, because we're all human. We all get FOMO. We all get in trades when we shouldn't have, and most of those trades that we get in that we shouldn't, we lose on. That's me anyway. I can reflect back to every day I've had losing trades. Those losing trades were stupid trades. Yesterday's trade got into MSTR, or Friday's trade got into MSTR. Didn't even break above my 20, my 200, or my level before I got in it. Well, of course it hit the levels and reversed, and I took a loss. Just very dumb. So we all will make those mistakes. I make them. I just try to limit them as much as I can, and try to get rid of them completely. But that's a hard thing to do when you're human. So anyhow, guys, I hope you guys had a great day. I hope this was really educational and beneficial to you. And if you liked it, hopefully you gained something from it. If you feel like you may have, please hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. I really appreciate the support, and I'd love to hear feedback from everyone. If there's anything I can offer and improve upon, um, I love the criticism, so put it out there. Anyhow, guys, I hope you guys had a great day. God bless, and get out and vote tomorrow if you haven't already. And I will see you on the next video. You guys have a fantastic evening.